Hey Sana, how are you? Hey Parvati. Hey Samara. Oh my, I almost burned myself. Hey Debbie. Sorry guys that I made this live. Alright, bring it on bots. I know you're lurking. Oh yes, I know. I know for the moderators it's going to be heavy hours, I know. Hello. Hey Shalene. You do have permission to censor some things. Yeah, I had to come to this hour because I had a lunch with a friend. So yeah, I wasn't at home. Actually, it was supposed to be like a breakfast, but then we had so much to catch up. So yeah, like I'm here, but yeah, if you notice that I'm a bit slow, it's because I'm full. Like I ate so much that you know. Usually in the mornings when we talk, it seems like I'm regaining a lot of energy because I do have breakfast with you guys and everything. But doing it after you have lunch is like your system is slow somehow. But yeah, how are you guys? Did you notice my new background, guys? I look like a real kind of these people that they do TikToks and they have this very spiritual background, the mediums and all those people. I look like those right now with this picture in the background. I look like those gurus that are TikTokers and influencers and everything all together. But in my defense, I bought this because I do love the zodiac wheel so much and I love the bright colors. So I was like, oh yes, I want it on my wall. And now I have it. But yeah, don't worry, I'm not going to stop talking about, metaphysics and twin flames and all those things. I'm just a tarot reader. Hey, Hope. Hello. So how are you guys? Any news in the K-pop world besides some things that we know? I was going to tell you guys, Samara and Hope, if you wanted to be see tonight. I wanted to do it yesterday, but then I remember that Hope was working. I don't know if she's working today as well. So I was like, I will ask them tomorrow. Did you hear the news about 50-50 Love Suit? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. At our usual time. Yeah, like around 8 my time. I mean, now it's 1, so it would be like 7 hours. But remember, guys, that I did saw I did see the news, and I went and looked for my first reading that I did on 50-50. And I was like, okay, did I get something that I mean, did I say something during that interpretation? And I mean, I did get cards like that according to my interpretation, I got that the girls are very self-aware about, their talent and their worth. So definitely, like it does make sense that probably, they would want the best for themselves and for their career, somehow like them not being naive about, you know, about their rights and everything. But then I remember I pulled a card from the Oracle that it was an Aquarius placement. I believe it was Mars in Aquarius and it was Rebellion. So I don't know, back then I didn't see it like they were going to file a lawsuit because I didn't see it like that, but I did mention something about them bringing something different to the industry, like somehow them being a different kind of idol, probably from this experience, and maybe in the future they are going to do or behave or just do things out of the ordinary, of what you expect from an idol. And I believe that probably, this lawsuit and everything is like a sort of like hint that they definitely are not like the rest. And with the card of rebellion, probably it means that these girls are going to be very tough to somehow like put in a system where you can manipulate them, because if you think about the keyword, rebellion, and if we think about an Aquarius placement, definitely it's not just about, oh, I'm weird, I'm original. No, it's more about like, okay, like we are bringing the rebellion in here. Like I'm not going to say yes to things that I am not comfortable with. Like I love them girls. Yeah, we can pull cards for them today to somehow see if there's going to be some. Of course, there's going to be progress, but just to see how they're doing, And I was reflecting about this because I was like, how come I didn't interpret that back then when I pulled the oracle that it said, rebellion. Like, somehow the girls were about to rebel against something. And I guess I didn't see it like that, or if I did see it, maybe like somehow I said something else. So yeah, but the energy was there. The energy was there, but it's very interesting. Yeah, but I think that I believe it was interesting because I believe that in that same live I pulled cards also for WhatsApp, and I was mentioning this sort of pattern in the readings that they were mentioning the company and they need to end certain things, to end contracts, or to not work together with their company, or to be angry at their company. I believe I did see that for someone, and then also I saw it for Wasa. And now, yes, she's going through all this. They were a hope for K-pop community because company, instead of promoting them, was worried about them getting stolen instead of promoting them. Oh my! It's like the typical, if I can help you, nobody will, something like that. Oh my God! You cannot be so narrow-minded. Oh my God! Was a dating life got exposed right after she left. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was talking to someone about. The comment section. Um, you know that that actually I believe when I pulled cards for her, but I believe that this was like maybe last year. Like during a reading for her, I was like, I saw a King of Pentacles, and we were talking about this guy being Psy. I don't know why. Like we were like, oh, this is a nurse, but I think that probably that guy could have been potentially, a love interest or a boyfriend back then. It's just that he was so like stable and so like business like that I didn't see it as a partner. But yes, he was there, very present in the reading, and I think that Wasa had been like getting cards that I remember having this feeling that she was with someone, but it wasn't that. At least for me, I think that from what I got from the cards, it seemed like yeah, maybe this relationship was, started a long time ago, but it has its ups and downs. It has its ups and downs. Like, so, because the other day I did say something about the possible breakup or herself having a very, like, hurtful conversation or even a disagreement with someone that she loved. So there's a, even though now everyone is talking about it, but I think that probably that there's something about that relationship that is not, it can been going on for years, but it has its ups and downs, definitely. Because I did see some shift of her mood accordingly to what happens with that relationship. So yeah, she must be really invested or maybe like very attached to that person. But yeah, I don't know why when I read it, I was like, oh, this is a sort of like, a bodyguard or someone that is like, it's very stagnant, it's very stubbornly always there, but energetically, it's like I'm reading for her, but he is always there, like a bit, creepy. Hey, Lillian. Did you hear the news about Musua, Jinjin, and Sua went to Ewo's parents' restaurant? They keep meet each other between Ewo's schedule. Yeah, I did. Yeah, yes, 97 Liners also had a meetup with Onu, JK, and Mikyu and Jaehyun. Yes, even JK, I believe he left like a drawing in the wall. Out here revealing that someone was getting a surgery, but doesn't specify what surgery. Hey. So yeah. It's just that when I was responding to this person, we were like sort of having a conversation in the comment section with this person, because I was agreeing to. She was like, "Oh, did you hear the news about that she had been like supposedly she had been in a relationship for a lot of years?" And I responded to this person. I was like, "Yeah, I know," like, and I was like, I always got the sense that there was someone, but what I also said is that, maybe I didn't want to give that sort of like a spotlight to this character in the reading, because honestly, like from what I got, and I believe that probably everyone that has eyes is able to notice that Wasa is a very beautiful woman. She's a very attractive woman. So if I get like someone, a male, a potential someone that is interested in her, like I believe that this happens to her everywhere she goes. So it's not about like oh I see a man here, this is the one. Like actually she gets a lot of male attention. Sometimes it's unwanted, because it makes her feel uncomfortable, but definitely the male energy is always around her. You can feel it. When I pull cards for her, there's always this, she has a lot of people like being in her space, and actually being a bit creepy. But this is why, that's why she gets the card of the hermit, because somehow she just wants to be left alone, or maybe she just wants to hide, or I don't know. She's a very simple person, she's not like the sort of diva, she is a diva, but maybe for the cameras or for a purpose, but not, it's not like entirely personality, 97 liners set time to promote our unofficial, oh what? Set time to promote our unofficial group. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, maybe, maybe, but please don't let the SEM know this, because probably, maybe they will do something about it. I don't know. They will create another, I don't know, maybe like another like NCT kind of unit. Can you imagine like an NCT kind of unit? It's unbelievable. Oh, that too. The rookies. Yeah, people had been asking me to pull cards for the rookies, but honestly, like I'm so disappointed. Like I didn't even like check what's their name, where they're from, like because I'm still like very much like hang up on Suntaro situation. I'm just like so conflicted about that I don't know. I like honestly, like if a fan asks me, like I don't know, if a citizen is like, hey, would you pull cars, like I would be like, okay. But honestly, if it's up to me, I wouldn't, because I don't know, I just feel like the way they got Suntaro out of there, it's so disrespectful. I know they have the possibility to debut in another group, but it's still like I don't know. I think that also they're making changes and decisions very fast. So sometimes for the fans or the viewers, it's not that easy to move on. Being like, okay, we're done with the system. Yeah, we are introducing change here, and having this here and having that there. And it's not like that. I feel all cancer idols have issues with creating boundaries with people. Really? Like what kind of cancer idol are you thinking about, Samara? Because maybe if you mention it, I do not remember. Oh, we were talking about Wasa. Oh, so you were referring about Wasa. Yeah, I don't know why when you said cancer idols, I thought about male idols. I don't know why, but yes, we were talking about Wasa. Um, some really lost their minds. They have Shotaru and Yuta, yeah, Shohei too. Yeah, it's like a weird. I don't know. I think that's something. I don't know. This is my opinion. This is not the cards. This is my opinion. I think that something happened. For me, it's like there must have been a sort of disagreement, between like Shotaro and the other member that left, or that he's injured or something like that. I think that something happened to these members. I don't know if they like said something, or like I don't know. They had a disagreement. They had. I don't know. I think that something is off. something is off. Like, I think that I will just remain silent until I see the new group, and until I see Shotaro in there, sorry, not Shotaro, Suntaro, until I see these two like included in there and everything, I will not say anything. I will just like, just wait, and I think I will feel more comfortable, honestly. Um, I'm minding my own business when it comes to NCT. Yeah, definitely. It's just that the whole SM groups in general is, I believe that it's not that, like, it's not okay energetically. I think that there's a lot of things when I read for them. There's a lot of things that the energy is not okay. Probably because it's not, a good time to be pulling cars for them. I think that they are just doing their work, because thank God they do have work. They do have like schedules. So thank God, like, we can see them. It's not that they are in the SM dungeon. But honestly, when I pull cards for them, everything is so like, double meaning. There's a lot of, yes, it's like, oh yes, I can be ambitious, but at the same time, like, I'm protecting myself, and I'm keeping a few secrets here and there. So yeah, like I don't honestly, like, I don't know. It's a group of so many members that there is possibility. Yeah, I don't know why I get that. Probably it would be like a group of 5 members, or did they say that they would add like more, that they would add like more members? Because honestly, like, I think that, I don't know, it gets me like it's 5 or maybe like 7 or 6, probably, six members. I don't know. Personality clashes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, personality clashes, definitely. It's just that I think that it's, there's something about when you see it, for example, in the content, especially if you had been like a fan for so many years. There's a lot of things about the content that they do that it's not that it's cringy or it's cringe. It's just that when you are an observer, when you have a sort of like, you know observation, you notice that these things are made up, and sometimes even the interactions and what they say and what they don't say, and I think that everything is arranged, so that's why I don't like I don't like when I watch like certain content, like I'm not like, oh, this is happening because this member and this member. No, I'm like, if it's something that it comes from their channel, from their own channel, sort of variety show, I'm sure it's already like it has a purpose, so I don't know. NCT U7 Sense debut was my favorite. Yes, for me, yes, it was my favorite as well. Like, I could listen to a song today and not get tired. I know you did a reading on them though. When? NCT? You mean NCT? The reading about them? It's just that I believe that SM artists, in general, they are not, they're not doing like okay. I think that now more than ever it's like, okay, like, I have to take care of my possibilities if I have it. Oh, yes, I did. Yeah, I did about Shotaro, and yeah, that they are going to be okay because actually they are like very excited. I believe that maybe what they were promised is something better, is something good. I definitely got that sense, that sense of like, okay, this is great. But it's still in the making. It's still, at least it's what I got, that they were like somehow working, working and put like a lot of effort. But yeah, I see them like feeling very emotional at the same time. Like I remember getting a lot of cards of cups. So just like for us is a bit awkward to adjust, maybe for them as well, because and also it's a bit weird that they erased their whole social media, like their accounts, as if they never existed. It's creepy. That's why I'm like I'm going to wait. You know, I'm going to wait until they are in the new group. Then I'm going to be excited about it. But like for now, I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to say anything just in case. Just in case. But yeah, it's very complex, definitely. Okay, the readings that I have for today, some of them is TXT and Jonas Brothers Dynamic. I don't know what I will get out of this, but yeah. Then carpooling for T.O.P and about him being a potential like part of the cast of Squid Game 2. Let's see how he's doing. Then someone asked me for Suzy. I haven't heard from her like a long time ago from Suzy. Like, am I like missing something or I don't know much about her. I know she's famous, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Something about Stray Kids. I did pull cards for Stray Kids. I did pull cards for Hyunjin in the past. Let's just leave their energy alone. Like I read for them a couple weeks ago, and I read for Felix, and I read for the group, and I read for like. And also, like, there's, like, I don't understand the worries about the Stray Kids. I sometimes I would like, I would wonder, what is, like, instead of thinking about doing a tarot reading, I would ask the fans, like really, like, what is your intuition? What do you think that is going on with the Stray Kids? Because there's always comes someone that is like, okay, can you pull? The other day I was rewatching a month ago a live reading that I did for Felix, and everyone is like in the comment section is like, can you pull the card for Felix because I'm worried. He looked sad. He looked like he was in pain. He looked like. And I'm like, yeah, probably he had a sort of issue because, he's human, they are human. But I don't think that we should pull cards for all the members. For Hyunjin, I did read several times, so I don't know what people want. They are working. They are working. They can have a bad day, a good day, but they are working. They are working. It's not that they are hiding, it's not that they are in hiatus. They are working. They just released this new album. I believe it's doing great, according to what I read from the media, Stray Kids is doing great. So I wonder, what is it that the fans want to know? Like, like, what is it? Like, what is your suspicion? Because this is not about them being okay, because actually they are okay, but I don't know what they see or they think that they see about the Stray Kids. With the Hypen is the same. With the Hypen, I often have people also like, oh, would you pull cards for a Hypen? Would you pull cards for this? Would you pull? And I'm like, what is going on? Because the guys keep having their work, and I'm like, why is people so like worried? Like definitely is I believe that this is not for the idol. This is a personal perception. As a former fan, they are always looking for something to protect against. It never ends. Ah, so it's that. Hmm. So it's that. Hmm. Look, I love the guys. I love the group, definitely. But I would want to leave their energies alone at the same time. Because actually, they they are doing. They're actually doing great. Like they are accomplishing. They are selling. They have the numbers. They have the recognition. So I'm like, I read somewhere that Felix had surgery on his back. Yeah, probably. But I read for Felix. He's going through some things. He's going through some things. If you want, you can check out the reading that I did like a month ago or 2 weeks ago. But it's just about, I cannot be pulling cards for idols every 2 seconds just to know what's up with them. I think that we should like work with what we have available, what they tell us. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I think that as tarot reader, as a tarot reader, I tell you guys, and sometimes it depends on who asks, and you know if it's a good question, or if something that can actually like help us like somehow learn something from it. I'm like, okay, we will pull cards for this subject. But some of them are too invasive, guys. Some of them are too invasive. It's like, leave the guys alone. Like, let's leave their energy alone for a bit. Let's not pull cards all the time. Because it seems like it's like a whole, perception of like, oh, I think I saw him yesterday he looked tired, or yesterday he looked confused, or yesterday he was like, he looked annoyed. So there's always something about these poor guys. Like, let them live. Let them live. Like, if if this was like a sort of member that all of a sudden disappeared, and all of a sudden you have no access to him, you don't see him, we are worried, you are like, what is going on with this member, where is he? I'm worried. I would pull cards. But since the guys are active, they are releasing content, like, like, what do you want to know? I don't know. I don't know. I think that there's some boundaries that need to be set. Okay, I'm going to start pulling cards, and I'm going to start with TXT and Jonas Brother dynamic. I don't call it friendship because, like, my philosophy is that friendships, it takes a long time to develop a friendship, and actually, like, for you to be like, oh, you are my friend. So yeah, it's a dynamic reading. Okay, TXT. And Jonas Brothers. Well, for TXT, honestly, like we start with the Ten of Pentacles, beautiful card, very prosperous, and the Wheel of Fortune. So I think that honestly for them this is huge. I don't know if oh, I didn't see that TXT and Jonas from collab coming. Yes, yes, Gisela. Like I don't. I think that it's going to be. I don't know if it's next week or the other week, but yeah. For TXT, honestly, for them, it's like seeing finally results. Probably, they are very excited to this collaboration. They are thinking that they are finally, seeing something like invested in them. They are like, wow. I don't know if maybe there was some competition to get this collaboration. It's like, it's like, wow, we really got it. Like, I'm so proud of us. And I don't know, are they fans of Jonas Brothers? Did they say something? Because I definitely see them like feeling very fulfilled. Like definitely for them, they have this sort of admiration, and I don't know, they see the Jonas Brothers as family, because literally the Jonas Brothers are family to each other, and they are like, being in the presence of these people with this sort of vibe, very family kind of vibe, family and also legacy and also hard work and also unity in efforts. They are very excited. Definitely, they are very excited. With the Wheel of Fortune, they are like, finally, our luck is changing. Finally, like, and I don't know. I think that the Jonas Brothers gave them some kind of advice that they are like, and also I think that they see the Jonas Brothers as being, very prosperous. So they are like, this collaboration can change our career. This collaboration can help us achieve a lot of stability. So, I wonder if it's because they want to introduce themselves in the American market. I don't know. But for them, this is a huge opportunity. They are so excited. They feel so glamorous. It seems like you know, um, their finally their ear is starting to look up. They're like, oh yes, finally we got it. So I with this sense of sort of, oh, we got it. I get that there's this feeling that this project could have gone to someone else, and they decided to give it to them, and they are like, so like, oh my god, there's something about, like, oh, we really push really hard to get this and we got it. So, even though maybe for some other people this is not that important, for them it's everything. So yeah, there's a lot of admiration, and also because they see so much trajectory in the Jonas Brothers that they are like, oh, I want to become that. I aspire to be this professional. For them, the Jonas Brothers is like a very well established group, band. So, and they are so talented, and probably they live very luxurious life, or maybe from TXT members, they think that Jonas Brothers, they live a very luxurious life, in not only like in the prosperous sense of the word, like talking about money, but also talking about values, talking about family, and them having, each of them having their own families, having their own houses, having their own, individual activities, and being very stable. I don't know much about Jonas Brothers, but I remember that I think that they have wives, they have children of their own already. So yes, there's a lot of like maturity, and also there's a lot of longevity in the industry. So they are very excited. For them it's like, wow. You know, for the Jonas Brothers, we have the Eight of Cups and the Justice. So honestly, for the Jonas Brothers, it's like about like also like picking up a new project, a new dream, because with them having this Eight of Cups, it's like I already moved on from the scene, or somehow I decided to walk away from doing collaborations, or from putting my heart in this industry. Somehow emotionally, like I decided that that the industry wasn't my thing. You know, I emotionally like stopped having dreams and aspiration when it comes to this business. Like I moved on, like and they're like, okay, like let's be fair, like let's be fair, let's, you know, let's give this opportunity, let's give these kids some kind of justice. So they are like, you know, they're great. So we want to give them justice. You know, we want things to be fair. We want them to get the best out of this experience. We want to teach them things, and we also want to teach them to stay strong and positive. You know, I think that they are like, okay, like yeah, these guys are good. Like, you know, let's make justice. Let's bring balance to the industry, you know, or let's be fair, you know, let's be fair in the way. And also, I think that they also see how TXT and the whole hype team, the whole big hit crew, probably they're very righteous people. You know, they are very very organized. They are very respectful. They follow the guidelines. You know, and probably for the Jonas Brothers, you know, since they had been in the industry for a while, they are like, oh, I like, I didn't know people still have values. So, you know, it's like they come up like this. So they're like, oh, you know, like I'm beginning to believe again, you know, that that good things could happen, and that actually they are very professional in what they do. They got the Jonas Brothers doing promotions. Yeah. I liked Priyanka Chopra married to Nick Jonas in Quantico, and she was. Oh, you watched her on Quantico? Oh, I didn't. Um, um, Kiseki, Kinara, I have a lot of readings for EXO. If you want to check out my channel, there's a lot of readings about them. Um, and then from the Oracle, we have the cards of Mars in Libra. That is the card of choice. The card of choice. So definitely, I think that this is a very this collaboration. It's very, and also with the Libra card, also, you know, the Justice card, the Libra energy. It gives me that yes, it's very polite. It's, you know, a very nice collaboration. It's a sort of like, you know, very polite, very generous, very like, oh yes, we help each other out. You know, we are a great like somehow like a great influence for each other. So yeah, I think that definitely this wasn't forced. Each of the parts had the choice to be like, and I think that this is the thing, because I got that there was some anxiety for TXT part, you know, about like, oh, I heard about this collaboration, but I don't know if they will choose us or if this will go to us. And there's something I think that when the cards of choice, that I think that this was, someone was chosen. Either TXT chose the Jonas Brothers or vice versa. The Jonas Brothers decided to choose TXT accordingly to not just about being fair, but also about the style of groups. You know, they were like, oh, they sort of reminds us, their style of music or their style of performance reminds us of our style when we were younger. You know, so I think that we would go very well with them. So there's like a mutual agreement and acceptance, you know, but yes, very, yeah, a very, very loving, it wasn't forced, you know, it wasn't forced. Oh, it's a Bollywood star. Okay, I'm going to pull cards for T.O.P, for Top, former member of Big Bang, former member of, I don't know, is he still part? I'm always confused about this. Did he leave? Like, I know he said he left. but, but I don't know. I need a VIP. I need someone that please guide me through this whole situation. I need a class about, Big Bang recent events, because sometimes the articles, and it's like sometimes I think that people just take for granted that when you read something, it's like, oh, you get it right. I did say that. And I'm like, did you say that? Because I don't think I pay attention. Oh, he left. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, Samara. Like, he would yell at my face, like, what do you mean? Why are you asking again? Like, poor Top. I love him. He was my bias. He was my bias in Big Bang. But yes, I will continue supporting his acting role or wherever he does. So, I don't care what the haters say. I'm going to support him. Like, you know, I love his voice so much, his tone of voice, his rapping. So, yeah, like, I don't care what people say. If they don't want to watch it, don't watch it. We will watch it. I will watch it. Like, I canceled Netflix actually weeks ago, but I'm going to get Netflix again just to watch. Because whether they do well or not is hard for the Korean community to accept them. Some fans are always worried about Stray Kids. Thank you, love them too. Yeah, don't be worried. Like, I think that, this is something that I understand, because each fandom, when you reunite with people that love a certain, like, a group, or when you have a favorite and you talk with your friends about it, and you're like, yeah, you're talking about it, and you in the conversation go deep and deep, and then you start, like, like, talking about how you really feel, and you're like, oh, I didn't like this, or I feel a bit off about this. But honestly, I think that as a fandom, I don't know, in my perception, I think that you would make such a stronger impact if you keep promoting the guys from a place of security and from a place of stability. Not from a place of fear and a place of, like, oh, I wonder about them, I worry about them. Like, because you are a large fandom. I know that not all the fans have this fear, but I think that when you multiply, like, you mix the amount of fans that you are, and you all project this sort of fear, or this, like, oh, I don't know if they are going to be treated right, I don't know if they are being well taken care of, you sort of promote that, and that it's, I think that that's very damaging for an artist, that, because they themselves, then they have to come up and defend themselves and clarify things that they shouldn't be clarifying. Instead of talking about positive things and positive news, or maybe they want to talk about happy things, I don't know. But instead, they have to take the time to clarify certain things, like, no, no one is harassing me, no, no one hit me in the head, no, I didn't have an argument with it. I think that's when that fear becomes, like, it's not okay for the artist. It's not healthy for the artist, because I'm sure that they know. I'm sure that they know, that fans know. But that show is gonna hit bust. The Korean community don't like Hyunjin because they think he's a bully also. So yeah, but I think that I'm not a Stray Kids fan, but if I was, I would be very excited to be a Stray Kids fan, because the numbers, like what they're doing, what they're selling, like, is huge. Every time I read an article about them, the sales, the promotions, they are doing very well. So me as a fan, I would stick with this. It's like, yeah, the haters can shut up because I have numbers, and I think that that's, as a fan, that's the most you can do, like support them, like vote for them, like even if you're broke, I don't know, help to stream or do what you have to do, what you want to do, but just don't get caught up with those fears because okay, let's pull cards for top. He also got the card of choice, the last one that I got for TXT, and he got it as well. Okay, okay. So we start with the King of Wands. He's very stable. He's very like much in control. The Eight of Wands, that is like this fast news of his activities. The Five of Pentacles in the middle, him feeling a bit like left out in the cold, literally, he feeling a bit like, this is not the reaction that I want. But yeah, the nine of Pentacles, that it's about self-esteem, and the Five of Wands. Then the card of choice. So I honestly think that this is this is T.O.P, or this is Top yelling at me and yelling at everyone like, I already said I left. I already told you I'm not part. Like, this is him like being his bossy self, or being his, his dominating self, and being like, I told you, like, like, you don't pay attention to me. Like, I am on my own. Like, I'm doing my things, and I'm doing a lot of things, and you're going to hear from me because there's a lot of things about me that you didn't pay attention. You didn't pay attention to me. I said I would be back with my individual things, with my individual accomplishments, and you weren't paying attention. So there's something here with the Five of Pentacles in the middle of the reading, that he definitely feels like he's like understanding. I feel like he had been understanding this for a while, that that not a lot of people like him, actually, and I think that this also has to do with the audience reaction. Probably he's like, or he had been like noticing that, the comments, the negative comments, maybe people even forgetting about him, not really paying attention, and him really feeling very offended by that, feeling like it really hits his self-esteem and his self-value. He's like, oh, I used to be important, or at least people told me that I was important. And now all of a sudden, like, no one pays attention to what I do or what I am about. Like, somehow he's like, I had been there. I had been there, like, being very proud, being very, like, much in control of my career, like, being very, like, straightforward with certain attitudes, letting you know that I'm not going to be bossed around, like, I need to break free and be my own boss. But I feel like he feels a bit disappointed that no one pay attention. And when they dare to have to somehow say something about him, you know, it's not positive. It's like he feels like, oh, okay, great, guys, you left me out completely. You forgot about me. Like, I used to be your priority, and now all of a sudden, like, I am, they are still holding on to the fact that he smoked the devil's lettuce. Oh my God, really? I have to go and upset me, so just start your live stream. Oh, yes, of course, Lilian. Thank you. Thank you. Top has moon in Aries. Yes, I know, Angel Baby. Yeah. Yeah, this is what I see here. Him being like looking straight in my eyes, and he would hit me in the head with this if he had it. Because he's like, how come? Like, like really in my face, like, you guys don't pay attention when I say things. Him being a bit like angry, but deep inside he is hurt. Deep inside he feels I'm moving, guys. I'm trying to build myself, my life again. I'm trying to create something, be passionate, like be in control, and it seems like you don't care. He feels like this inside. He feels like, oh, I don't know, you don't pay attention to me, and I think he's very frustrated about this because I don't know if maybe he wanted a different reaction from the audience, he wanted something else. But nevertheless, when this Squid Games 2 is going to happen and is going to air and we're going to watch it, he's going to, be seen out there looking very much, glamorous, trying to show an attitude and not actually show, but I think that he will connect with the part of him knowing that he worked and he prepared very well for this role. So it doesn't matter what people say, what haters say or want to critique about his work. He's going to show them that he's very much of value, that he has a lot of value and that he has a lot of potential as an actor. And that he's doing very well and he's going to go with his head up high. He's going to look at people in the eye and be like, yes, yeah, I'm amazing. Like, I'm amazing. Look at me. I'm amazing. I'm glamorous. I get paid. Probably he gets paid quite a while, not quite a while. He gets paid a large amount of money to be in there. And he's going to shine, I sort of like, I don't know why I envision him like standing, in the press conference, if they have a sort of press conference, he's going to be in there, to show himself there, like, hello, flash here, flash there, like, hello, look at me, yes, I'm glamorous, yes, I'm pretty, yes, I'm amazing, I know it. And also, defending from the haters. So if you want to actually have, like, if there's going to be some online, criticism, he's like, bring it on. I'm going to fight you all. Bring it on. Because I matter, because I have my value. It's just that I honestly, when I see these characters in here, I'm like, life has been very lonely for Top or T.O.P. And I think that he is slowly like realizing that no one is going to come to save him. Not even from himself, not from his best poor decisions from the past, not from the future. Nobody is going to come and save him. He has to do things on his own. He has to do things by himself. He has to, face his life on his own. On his own. I think that for him maybe it took a while because, being in the industry and being part of the group, sometimes you somehow get used to the idea that, oh yes, I rely on my teammates, I rely on the group, I rely on the company, that the company will provide people to help me with this, And now it seems like he's on his own. But he's like trying, and I think that this is something that probably he feels very hurt inside because he's like, guys, I was in a very low place. I was very bad. I was very, like, in a very low place in my life. And I decided to come back again. And no one is paying attention. Or no one is celebrating that I'm back. Or that at least you heard from me, that I'm doing okay. I don't know if I'm perfect, but I'm trying. So I think that that's what hurts him the most, because he was he somehow believed that he was loved and that he was like accepted. And I don't know if maybe there are some fans that turn their backs also on him, or but yeah, but he's like, yeah, I'm on my own. Okay, I get it. I get it. Now I'm just T.O.P or Top, or his real name I believe is Choi Seung-hoon. I wrote it down. Choi Seung-hoon. So he's like, yeah, okay, okay. Because, and then with the card of choice that he got from the Oracle, it's like, this is something that I choose for myself. So I'm taking responsibility of the choices that I make for my life. Back then in the past, I was a coward. And now I'm choosing for myself. Everything that is going on right now in his life and that has been going on probably for the last 2 years has been his decision. He had been making decisions, he had been making choices, slow, taking accountability, taking responsibility of his choices as well. But yeah, there's a part of him that he's like, oh, I thought that people would be more supportive, but no. And probably this also has to do with people from the industry, people turning their backs on him, actually being like, oh yeah, yeah, you're the guy from Big Bang, right? Like somehow like not remembering how important, he is, or how talented. Um, yeah, it's sad. I like that it's lettuce. Let, I don't know how to say lettuce. Is it lettuce or lotich? Lituch. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to pull cards for base Suzy. This woman has a problem with an ex. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe her ex is Liminor, right? Someone said this to me. Because actually I did got cards that he was a bit like, still like not over an ex, and they said that it was Suzy. And yeah, he says he's here also. It's just that I don't know what is it about. I get that, yes, this woman, I know who she is. She's actually very, very popular, very beautiful, and I think that actually being beautiful, being like, I don't know why I get that. It seems like it's a sort of curse for her to be this beautiful, or to be this magnetic, or to be this attractive. Like, I think that people just don't let her be. Like, there's something about, her beauty. She feels definitely treated like an object. Did I mention the cards that I pulled for her? Did I mention it? Did I show it to you guys? I got the 5 of Cups, 6 of Cups, the King of Wands, a 9 of Wands, and the Temperance. And from the Oracle, I got the card of Acquisition, Sun in Taurus. So see, this is a very Venusian energy, but also there's something about, I don't know, I feel so heavy, like, yeah, people treating her like they can buy her. And I think that she's like, she's also a bit contradictory, honestly. Like she's like, like a sort of like, oh yes, I'm sorry things ended up bad between us, but I also kind of like miss you. So, but I honestly, if this is liminal, which I believe it is, he is still in her life. Like, and I believe that they have still like conversations, or he like somehow lets her know that, I don't know, maybe that he's not over her, and there's this feeling of guilt coming from her. You know, there's this feeling of guilt, like somehow he makes her feel guilty, or she feels guilty for something, because, you know, like I always tell you, relationships is 50-50. You know, here there's not like, even though here he is present. But I think that honestly, this could be an ex-partner, and if it's not liminal, it could be another ex, you know, because maybe, you know, she dated other people. But somehow, from what I read here, there's something about herself following a pattern. Like, I don't know if maybe it seems like she always chooses the same person, like the same style of person. You know, if it's not liminal, it's someone very similar to liminal. So, and in her case, it's not because, oh, I miss him, that's why, you know, I choose someone. No, for her, it's like, I feel like does she have a father? Because I sense like a sort of like, I don't know why I get like daddy issues. You know, I get that she's trying to compensate for something. She's trying to compensate from, there's something about her childhood. There's something about her childhood, like really affecting her relationships and her, you know, it's like she cannot be alone, but at the same time she wants to be alone. And but when she breaks up with someone, she feels guilty. But when she is with this person, she feels like this person is like buying her, like treated like an object. Oh, you want to be with me because, you know, I'm beautiful, or because you want to be seen with someone like me because I'm famous. You know, her being like objectified. So there's, I sense that she could have like been involved with different men, but there's like a pattern in behavior in these men. Probably they are different, but they all look like their ex. And their ex, it goes back to her father. So, but it's heavy. It's heavy, guys. Her history is very sad. I don't know her history. I don't know if you're a fan, maybe you can tell me, but I feel like her history is very sad. Like, it's not that she does it like, you know, on purpose. This is something that she cannot control. But definitely, I think that this year, finally, she's going to be able to, you know, I think that actually she had been like fighting this past, or these sort of repeated relationships, or repeated pattern of people not being able to let her go, or not be, or herself not letting go of someone of the past. You know, it's like, I don't want to be with you, but I cannot be without you. You know, something very, very weird. But she's standing her ground. It's difficult for her to stand her ground. Probably to be alone is difficult, you know, emotionally, you know, without a partner. I don't know why I get that she's a Venusian, very Venusian person. I don't know. You know, besides we know that she's beautiful, but I get that she's a romantic, you know, she invests a lot of herself in relationships. But then she ends up like this, you know, and I think that this year is also like learning more about this sort of like pattern that she repeats, and she's trying to remain strong. She's trying to, you know, put her guards up to not repeat the same pattern again, and maybe to push away these people from the past, because maybe, you know, she has her reasons why she ended certain things, or why she's no longer with certain people. You know, and I think that if you're a fan of each one of the parts involved, you know, it's not up to you to say, oh, who was the good guy and the bad guy, because this is a relationship between two people, and we cannot like, you know, criticize it nor take in parts, because in a relationship it's 50-50. We don't know what these people do in relationships. We don't know how they behave. So, no one here is like victim, like shaming or, like, no. But definitely also with the temperance, she's trying to heal. This year is of a lot of healing. She's trying to heal and not go back to repeating the same. I think that definitely this relationship has somehow traumatized her. If they had marked her, because I don't think that she can relax when she is in a relationship or when she is around an ex or someone. It seems like she cannot be. It's like she cannot be left alone. She always has to, be a bit stubborn and be like, no, 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 like, stop it, like, no, like setting boundaries. And I think that for her, sometimes setting boundaries, maybe it was confusing at first, but now she's slowly maturing. And also she's slowly trying to find the balance between, her mind, her heart, probably her history as well. She's a very brave woman. She's a very brave woman. But there's something about her being popular or her being so wanted that it hasn't been a nice experience for her, actually. It hasn't been a nice experience at all. Actually, it had been rather more like traumatic, more traumatic. And also, yes, here with the card of, Sun in Taurus, the card of the Oracle of acquisition. So, there's always something about like people wanting to buy her or wanting to marry her, but marry her not because they love her. Marry her because, oh, she looks good with me. She makes me look good. Look, she's so beautiful. She makes me look good. You know? Treat her like an object. Treat her like an object. And this is very sad. And I think that probably in the past she was like, oh, yeah, marriage, yeah, yeah. Like, I want to have a family. Like, yeah, I guess I want to get married as well. But then eventually, she was like, I don't know, like it doesn't feel genuine or it doesn't feel romantic. It feels like I'm being bought, like I'm being like purchased, like a transaction instead of, something romantic, spontaneous. I think that she has a hard time trusting people also, and she has a hard time being spontaneous. It seems like she cannot be spontaneous, like because someone wants to take advantage of her, so she cannot be spontaneous. And also, like, there are a lot of powerful men around her. Like, this is why I'm like, oh, maybe we know about Limino, but I don't know, maybe she had other partners. But like when I see this King of Wands, I definitely do see this very dominant kind of guys. This. Another dominant guy. Okay, I'm going to pull cards for 50-50 to see how they're going to go. Okay. For 50-50, the group, we have the Empress, beautiful card, Six of Cups, Four of Pentacles, the Judgment, literally the Judgment, Page of Wands. And from the Oracle, they got the card of Mars in Pisces, Escape. So I honestly I think that yeah, they are a bit tired of, they want to go back to the past, or they are a bit tired of, like they are like, they still have that aura, that aura of them thinking that they are very prosperous, that they are very talented, that they have all the resources and talents within them, they definitely believe in themselves, they still have that very strong feminine energy. And they're like, we were very like we were very generous in the past, and you didn't give us nothing. So it's like, I don't want to spoil my talent, and how awesome we are, and also with the Four of Pentacles in the middle of the reading, there's this sense that they are not going to back down, they are going to keep resisting. They are being a bit stubborn, yes, but they're holding on very tight to whatever they have available. They are like, they are not going to move us from here. We are remaining in our position. You are not going to convince us of something else. No. Whatever we want, we will remain in this position. And yeah, the Judgment. If there are the truth will come out eventually. The truth will come out. Something is going to happen that is going to change everything for them. And I think that they are ready. They are ready. They are ready. It's just that, here with the Page of Wands, I have the feeling that probably, yeah, I sense that they are very, very positive of their decision. They definitely are very fixated on this. But I think that after this judgment or this final decision, eventually they're going to realize that maybe it was a premature decision, because with the Page of Wands, it's like, yeah, you are passionate, you are very much sure that you want to change, or that you want to change, but you are still a page. You are still like an amateur. So somehow it's like, okay, you want this, but if you start all over, you will have to work really hard, because you are not that expert, you are not that well established yet. And I think that this decision is because they somehow want to they want to save something, or remain in a certain situation. They are being very much stubborn, okay, we want this and this only, and no one is moving this from here. But when you have the Judgment, with this Judgment, this event is going to shake your whole foundation. You are going to, this sort of very tight attitude, okay, no, I don't want this, I know I don't want this, or I know I refuse, this sort of very inflexible, sort of protecting yourself and protecting your value, or protecting your things of value. When the Judgment card, when the Judgment comes, it's going to shake your whole foundation. So, you are going to have to start over. And of course that, with the Page of Wands, it's like they're going to remain with the same positive and passionate attitude, but it's still going to be a sort of beginner's state. So, it's like, I don't know, they went from this to this. It's like they were so praised, so marvelous at the beginning, and then they end up like this. They end up like, okay, now, or I'm free, or, but you have to start walking. You have to start moving, because, no longer fancy couch, fancy clothes, and prosperous surroundings, you have to start making your own way. So yeah, yeah. But yeah, from the Oracle, they have the Mars in Pisces. That is a card of escape. So definitely, I think that the girls are escaping from something. And I think that this is the reason why they don't want to be convinced or sign another deal or being convinced of like, oh, please, like, stay, or please, like, no, they're coming against this full force because they want to escape. They want to escape. So we have to take that. Like, what are they escaping from? They know. Certainly they know. But yeah, it's a bold move. I think that definitely they are preventing, like in this decision, they are preventing from something bigger to happen to them, even more serious. Maybe they saw something, they heard something, but they want to escape. It's like, I don't care where we land. Even if we have to start all over, start from scratch, from zero, like, but I will do it. But yeah, the judgment and this is like they will put the effort. They definitely, I see them like, scratching the walls, like, I'm going to make it to the top. But yeah, is this page of wands, so it's still a beginner. He's still a beginner. He's still a beginner. And also things are not going to be like the past. I don't know if the past, it means that the success that they had in the past or in the recent past, for them to emulate that is going to be difficult, yeah. Yeah, Seven of Swords. Yeah, I don't know why people don't take them seriously with this Seven of Swords. I mean, I don't think that it's the people that don't take them seriously, but I think that from the business owners or the people that invest money, they are like, no, I will not hire them. Look look their attitude is this. They run away. Like when things get difficult, they run away, or like somehow, I don't know if maybe this company has some friends or they know each other, between the business people, and they're like, oh, don't hire the group, because the group is going to get you in trouble, something like that. I don't know if maybe the audience and the industry is already judging them, and it's already like sort of like, okay, bye. But they don't see it that way, the girls definitely don't see it that way. They see that this is what they have to do. This is what they have to do. It's because they are brand new and companies don't like when I don't speak up against them. Yeah, there's that. Because also with the card of the judgment, it's like literally judgment. They are going to be judged. They are going to be judged, yeah. Yeah. Okay, since I'm done with the readings, I'm going to do a dynamic of very short answers, like yes, no, maybe. So if you have questions, you can leave them in the comments. And I'm going to do what Marushka asked me about the members, how they are when they talk to girls, something like that. But yes, it's going to be very brief as well. But I need to remember all the names of the members, except Chen, because Chen is married, so I don't think we should, like, Chen is my bias, but I wouldn't pull cards for him because he's married, so I don't want to know how he talks to, or how he talked to his wife and convinced his wife, and support him. But how I don't want to miss a member, so we can start with Dio. How is Chanyol? I'm trying to not forget all of them. Suho, Sehun, Kai. This guy. Xiumin. Who else? Baekhyun. Seven. I have seven. I have Dio, Chanyol, Suho, Sehun, Kai, Xiumin, Baekhyun. Am I correct? 7 members I have. 1, 2. Except Chen. Chen, I'm going to leave him out. Because I love Chen. I'm not kicking, don't get me wrong, EXO. Chen is my bias, but because he's married and we are pulling cards about how they talk to girls, a possible scenario, like I'm not going to pull cards like for that, for a married man. Yeah, dynamic. And then I'm going to continue. If people here, I see that some of them have questions. I'm not going to do a full spread for them, but I can pull some cards to see yes or no. And I can use the oracle for that. But yeah, am I missing a member? Dio, Chanyol, Suho, Sehun, Kai, Xiumin, and Baekhyun. Am I missing a member? I don't know why I feel like I am. How many members are in EXO? 9? Weren't they 9? No, Sehun is here. I have Dio, Chenyol, Suho, Sehun, Kai, Xiumin, and Baekhyun. And I'm leaving Chen out because maybe I can pull a card for Chen to see how he's doing, like with his marriage, but not to ask about that. I think that it's all of them, right? It's all of them. Oh, I can include Lei. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Hope. I was thinking about Lei. Poor guy. No. Okay. I'm going to use this, the oracle. 9 with Lei. Okay, thank you. I'm going to use the oracle so we can make it like I don't expand that much. Originally there were 12. Yeah, I don't know why I have this huge feeling of like, because I even have Kai, and Kai is in the military, but I'm like, am I missing someone? I don't know why I got the feeling that there were so many. Like in my mind, maybe I'm thinking about the MB of Call Me Baby when all the members were there. So I'm thinking like, oh, I'm missing someone. No, I have Chenyol. Lei is part of EXO, Samara. Even if he is an hologram, he is still part of EXO. He will not leave EXO. He will, like, even from the far, but he will be part of EXO. And Samara, like you said that you are excited for the for the series that I was promoting, the astrological series, the Venus and Mars series, but you didn't leave the comment of what group you wanted. EXO always in his heart. Yeah, exactly. Forever in your hearts, I guess. Yeah, we're not letting him go. Yeah. How can we forget such an amazing performer? We cannot leave him out. Oh, did you leave in the comment section? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's begin. You have to think. Okay, we'll talk later about that. Okay. Um, we will start with Dion. If he had to talk to girls or women, how would be his his attitude? He got, even though he's a Capricorn, he got Sun in Cancer, resourcefulness. I didn't want it, but I will. Okay, resourcefulness. So since this is a Cancer card, we're in Cancer season as well. I think that definitely what it's telling me is that actually Dio is very resourceful with when it comes to talking to women. That there's something about him being very intuitive, or I don't think that it's about being intuitive in this case. I think that it has to do that he's very observant. He's a very observant person, so he knows what to say when the time comes. Like for example, but I think that there's something about him like he wants to connect with with that specific female in a sort of like emotional way, and I believe that he's very good at making conversations, and actually like being a good listener. With resourcefulness, there's this feeling of like, if you see like this crowd and you see like all these, this is like the sun, and you see all these rays, cold rays, but this symbolize the rays of the sun. It's like, I have different points, I have different resources. Like if she is like this, I'm going to talk about this. If she's into astrology, I'm going to talk about the sky. If she's into gardening, I'm going to talk about my favorite flower. Very smart guy. Very smart, very smart guy. Yeah, very resourcefulness. But I think that with this card, he also, when we often talk about polarization of the signs, since Cancer is the opposite of Capricorn, I think that when he's interested in someone, he polarizes to the Cancer energy. He becomes softer. He becomes like very a good listener, very empathic, very like, how can I help you? Like, yeah. Dio is a Venus in Pisces. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. So he doesn't talk about his own interests? No. No, he doesn't. At least initially, when he has to start a conversation, when he had observed you enough, he will like appeal to the empathy of the bond. He will be like more like paying attention to what the woman is saying. Like he's very smart. Possibly he's romantic and very soft in that sense. It's just that I feel that maybe because he's a Capricorn, we have like a sort of face and we have certain mannerisms. Especially the men, they have a very, very like not so friendly face. So people sometimes think that we are like a bit harsh, or we are not interested, or that we are, a bit like judging people. And no, actually, no, we are not. But I guess that's why when he talks to someone for the first time, or a woman that he's interested in, he tries to come out as soft, as soft and gentle as possible, because he's aware that maybe his own energy can be a bit like, like, oh my God, like he hates me. Like, look at the way he's looking at me. Like he hates me, and also he's a moon in Virgo, so, like he can judge you if he wanted to, but he tries not to, especially if he's interested. Yeah. My Cancer moon is melting, yeah. Definitely, very gentleman. But I like that the card of resourcefulness. That is like he's like, he doesn't make it about himself. He's like, okay, I have different like points of view. Like whatever she's response, I'm going to adapt to that. And in doing that, you not only need empathy, you also need to be present. Definitely very, very nice guy. Very nice guy. Okay, Chaniol. I thought he was stiff around women. Yeah, but in this we're talking about how they behave when there's no cameras around. It's just that it's hard with these idols. Like that's why we use the tarot to somehow go deep into their energy, because the things that we see as content is sometimes it's arranged, so and it's scripted. So he behaves differently when he's in a secure environment where he feels like he can be himself. And yes, idols talk to women. Like, because I was laughing because in one of my A Happy and Sonu reading, there was someone that was like, "Oh, is there a female in there in the reading?" And I was thinking to myself like, "Yeah, you know that idols are surrounded by females, right? Like, you know, like." Imagine he approached me. Yeah, you put your imagination, A. You put your imagination. Like we are not judging here. We are pulling cards to see what the cards say. Tenniel. Oh, Tenniel, Moon in Taurus, exaltation. So, actually, when it comes to Tenniel, he becomes very flirty all of a sudden, and how he does this, he compliments you very much. Like when the moon is in Taurus, generally is in exaltation. So this means that he will like somehow praise you, especially the way you look. He will be like, "Oh, you look nice." Like, "Oh, look, you change your style." Oh, like somehow paying attention to your body, to your physical form, and complimenting you about the way you look, the way you smell. If you're wearing like a new makeup or something, or you cut your hair, they will be like, "Oh, I noticed, like you changed the color of your hair." But he actually is a true lover. Like I get that he's very good talking to women because he has moon in Taurus, so he's like, yeah, I'm ready. Like, like he's really good. Like he's really good, and he also becomes very feminine. And I think that this is very important because I know that Chanyeol is a fire sign. He's also a very tall guy. He's a moon in Capricorn, so he can be very intimidating at first. But no, when he is about to talk to someone that he likes, he actually like becomes like a monitoros. He becomes like, very flirty, very, very like a gentleman, but also like let you know that he likes what he sees. So probably he will be like paying much attention to the way you look and trying to compliment you in base of this. But yes, feeling very Venusian, feeling like, like, yeah, I don't feel, I'm not shy at all. Like, I will tell you what's on my mind. Yeah. Since Becky and Taeyong, we are all aware they do more than talk. Yeah, sure. Sure. But yeah, very skillful. Yes, definitely, Tai. Very skillful channel. Very skillful. Hey Vanessa, I work on Sunday, so I can't join, but I wanted to peep in. Thank you so much for my last reading with you. Oh, thank you, Crystal. Thank you. Thank you so much. She had a compatibility with one of her favorite idols with me. And we had a very beautiful session. Yeah, yeah, I enjoyed it very much. Thank you, Crystal. She was amazing. Like her energy is amazing. Her bias as well. Uh, yeah. I love it. I love compatibility readings like that. I love it. Okay, let's move on to Suho. Let's move on to Suho. Suho. Yeah, she's so lovely. I love her. Oh, Suho got Moon in Libra, companionship. Moon in Libra, companionship. So I think that when it comes to Suho the leader. I remember he's a Gemini, right, Suho? When it comes to talking to women, he definitely comes from the place of partnership or friendship or association. So he's the kind of person that if he would be much more secure in talking to you, or having a first interaction with you if there's other people involved. Actually he feels much comfortable when there's other people around. And not just like a one-on-one conversation or a one-on-one interaction. I honestly get this vibe that this guy is horrified of dating rumors or dating scandals. There's something about him being afraid of being alone with a woman, and he's not afraid of the situation. He's afraid of being caught and things being taken out of context and potentially ruining his career. So I don't know why he's like, if I have to talk to someone, I prefer to have people with me. Either it's with staff, with others, but everything starts very friendly. With the card of Moon in Libra or companionship is like, oh, you get me, I get you, but it's a very superficial interaction. Probably, he's been very polite, he's been very nice, he's been very a gentleman, but on a superficial level, not like, oh, you talk to me, I know you, you know me, like there was a vibe between the two of us. No, because it gets too crowded. Honestly, there's no connection. Actually, there's a lot of people in the middle. I don't know why. He must have experienced being attacked. Yeah, I have the feeling as well. Yeah, I don't know why I said it. Actually, I got the feeling with companionship. I'm like, this guy is horrified of being left alone. But really, what happened? It must have been so traumatizing for them. EXO has their fan shares of dating scandals. Yeah, but there's something about him, he probably is he prefers to know the person beforehand. It's not like he would go and talk to strangers. It's like he has to have information prior. It's like going with a friend or going with someone else and the person be like, this person is going to be here. Or even if there's new people coming, him being sort of given a heads up, these new people are coming, there's a bit of I need to know who they are. Even, I know we're talking about talking to a woman or a girl that you are probably interested in for the first time and you want to have a sort of conversation. I think that here with the card of Moon in Libra, companionship, probably he wouldn't dare to go alone. He would want to go with someone and that person being a sort of wingman, sort of introducing them and this person knowing that they are there to somehow accompany him, but them having their interaction, but always with someone in there, So I don't know if I have the feeling that it's because he don't want to get caught, he don't want to get a picture or something like that. So he's like, you better come with me, And this companionship can be even a manager, you come with me, wherever I go, you be with me. I'm going to talk to this person, but very nice, very polite, very nice. He has many Cancer placements and he's very shy. Also, Linus said he has no game with talking to women. Yeah, honestly, with the Moon in Libra, I get that he's very polite, very perfect in his speech, but he's not that emotional. He doesn't show you interest. It's like he's been nice. And he's that sort of guy that leaves you confused because you're like, oh, he was so nice. He talked to me, but I don't know if he talks to me because he likes me or he talks to me because he talks to anyone. He's like that with anyone. And also the fact that he has people around him, it's like, oh, I guess he really doesn't like me because he has all these people around him, somehow you cannot understand what are his motives? Oh, maybe he's just talking to me because he feels like he's weird. He's very confusing, yes. Yeah. Yes, he is. He's definitely. But I think that it's very. It seems like since he's like that all the time, it seems a bit too like too perfect, and like probably the woman in question would be like, oh yeah, this was nice, but uh, does this mean anything? I felt special, but I don't know what he thinks like about that. Is he just being nice? Like I don't know. He's confusing. Okay, Sehun. Oh, oh my god. Oh my. Jupiter in Capricorn. Control. Do you notice the posture of this person? Like very, very close, very tight, very, very much in control. Well, I think that if he has to talk to girls, at first it would be awkward. At first, yeah. At first it would be awkward because I don't think he would say much. This is not about communication, but this is about asserting his control. So I think that it's likely that he is the one that just waits in silence, in this very awkward silence, until the woman in question starts introducing conversation, topics of conversation. Because I see him very much centered in himself, being like this, like, yeah, hello, like I'm here, and but yeah, I think that probably in his silence or in this very rigid posture, he's somehow asserting his dominance already. He knows the power he holds. He knows the power he holds and he prefers it this way. He prefers to have the control. Even if it's the other person that is like, talking to him or is like inviting him to have a conversation, he is like, he's always judging. He's always on top. Always, always. And the person will feel that sort of like rest, that wrestling of, who is in charge. But he wouldn't show his scars, he wouldn't show no emotion, he wouldn't like, no, he would be like himself, like he's just been, yeah, lazy and also very proud, because actually I believe that in this posture, he actually is very popular. Like, I get that he gets a lot of people obsessed with him, especially the opposite sex, because of this. Because I don't know if maybe like in Korea or maybe, females fantasize about this posture or this behavior in men. The men that it's like, cold as an ice and it's very like dominant and it's like, he's like resisting you, putting boundaries, hear you. But yeah, for me it would be awkward. 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 And I think that the other person will have to start talking because the silence, it gets more awkward. Harry San Sehun, yes, very dominating. Yes, very dominating. And actually, probably when he, also, with the card of control, I think that he dominates the situation. Like he has control over what is said, because I think that there's something about his resistance to do something that you somehow end up doing what he wants, even if he doesn't put it into words, even if he doesn't tell you how he wants you to behave, but you start like behaving how he wants you. It's a great tactic of manipulation, definitely. Definitely. This guy should teach classes. Should teach classes. But yes, very awkward. Very awkward, honestly. I thought he might not get married or just marry himself. Yeah, I think that he's okay. He's in control. He's like, Whatever. I'm the owner of my universe, so whatever. Talk to girls, like talk to women. Like why? Like if they can talk to me, and he will be judging you definitely. When you're trying to introduce conversation, he will be like, look, and, and a card jump out, the card of Moon in Scorpio, power. So he definitely is the one in power in relationships. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, he's like like I have what I want when I want it. So yeah, life is great for me. Okay, let's continue with Kai. Kai, like the moon in Aquarius that he is, he got Saturn in Aquarius, eccentricity. So yeah, Kai, like the moon in Aquarius that he is, he would be eccentric. He would be all over the place. Like probably talking to you about a lot of things at the same time, like being very like, energetic and being very unpredictable and being very weird. Like actually talking about weird things. But I think that this is the way he shows that his interest. I think that when he's interested in someone, he cannot hold his excitement he's very communicative also. He likes to talk. He likes to talk with different people. If you are from a different background than him, he loves to hear about it. He probably loves foreigners. I think that he would be like excited to talk to people, But he would be weird, yeah, like in a sense that he it seems like he would show that he's excited or he would try to make a fool of himself to make you laugh. It would be very very weird, like very like, are you okay? Like an excited puppy. Like him cannot containing his energy. Like the way he laughed also. Yeah, very awkward, very awkward. But I think that in this sort of eccentricity, I think that he's also trying to entertain you. He's trying to get inside your mind. He's trying to make you remember him. Because if he adds a less of seriousness to the whole, maybe because he's nervous himself, so he's like, I have to make this lighter. I have to, like introduce change. Like I'm going to talk to this person and I'm going to be weird, yeah, so I can make her laugh, so I can laugh, and so we can stop being that serious and the protocol and that all. He just wants to laugh, and I think that he's hilarious. And I think that he has a very interesting mind. I don't know why. I think that his subject of conversations would be very random, very random. So you have to be ready to listen to him, because actually he's not for everyone. His topics of conversations is not for everyone. He definitely, not everyone gets his jokes, or probably if you are, I don't know, a woman that you are very sensitive, or probably you are very traditional, you will not understand what he's talking about. You will be like, what? What are you saying? Like, and also would be hard to understand that in this accent, that in this like interaction, he's actually showing you that he's interested in you. Um, what is surprised with his Aquarius placements and his Aquarius moon? Yeah, yeah, he loves to talk. Yeah, and I think that he's a guy that probably he's talking to you, but he's doing something else, and he's like, okay, I will be right back. Wait for me, and he will be and doing something else, and will be there and here, and then he will come back. So there's something about him being unexpected, him being goofy, but very fun. I think that if you're looking for someone to have fun with, I believe this is the funniest Capricorn you will ever find in the idols, because I believe this guy is very funny. And I think that he also, he's very funny. like he's fun to hang with, to hang around with, so if you are the kind of female that you're like, I want to have fun on my first date, or I actually like, I wish I could meet a guy that could make me laugh, or that he could make me feel less anxious. I believe that there's something about Kai that even though he's very much loved and admired, and a lot of people are after him, he's actually a great partner. He's a great partner. Yes, he's different. He's weird, but he's weird good. He's definitely a catch. He's definitely a catch. He will keep you entertained. Like he will do whatever, like gymnastics, jumping, whatever you need. But he will keep you entertained. Because it seems like he cannot be in one place. He needs to move. Yeah, but he's just like, yeah, he's actually very like, he makes you relax. Like actually, if you were very very like, serious about like, about meeting him, I love his energy. I love it. I love it because I sense that he definitely is very good of breaking the ice. It's like you need a guy like this. Okay, Xiumin. Oh, another one that got Moon Taurus, exaltation. So yes, definitely for Xiumin as well. He would compliment you on your looks. He also would be like very much like paying attention to the way you look, and he would be like, looking at you, observing you. He would notice if you change your hair, if you have more makeup, and he would compliment you on this. He would be like, oh, I like the perfume that you're wearing. Oh, that color looks good on you. Very soft, very gentleman, but also very like sensorial. His senses would get very much on alert when he's in front of someone that he likes. So he would pay attention to the smallest details about you. So if you are the kind of woman that you actually take care a lot of your appearances, especially when you go out, and he would notice it. He would notice that you are like, that you are very well dressed, or that you cut your hair, I don't know. But yeah, also it means that yeah, he's into looks. Probably he falls in love, or he shows interest in the way someone looks. Probably the clothes you wear. What's your favorite color. How that color looks on you. He sort of like guides himself through this. And he's very feminine also. I don't know much about Xiumin, but is there like, is he interested in fashion, or in this very like perfumes and art and all of those very Venusian things? Because it seems like his interest goes from his eyes. He's a very visual person. So for him to start a conversation with you, he will have to talk about material things, like the way you look, the way the place look, or the way you smell. So yeah, exaltation definitely, but also with the card of exaltation, that this is something that I also forgot to mention for Chanyol. When they have this card of exaltation, it means that when they are going to talk to a woman, especially for the first time, since they have the card of exaltation, it's going to be very noticeable for others how they change when they are about to approach that woman in question. How they, it seems like they get very like in exaltation, like like they get like, like you're like, okay, there he goes, or like he's changed. He's not acting the same. He's definitely looking different. He's definitely like showing, like exuding all his Venusian traits to go and talk to this female. Like it's going to be very noticeable how they change when they go to talk to someone that they are interested in. There's something that changes. The sort of like, I don't know why it reminds me of this animal, the peacock. That they have their feathers of all colors, and they are all fancy and beautiful. Well, they would be like that. a sort of guy that they would try to look good. They will, take care of their image and probably look in the mirror before approaching that person. So you would be like, so you're not just talking with a random person, you are talking to someone that you're interested in, because it's definitely very obvious how you change your appearance all of a sudden. If at the beginning you were like this, when you go and approach that person, you look like, like more confident, like you take care of yourself, they change. Physically, something changes. Okay, vacuum. Oh, vacuum. Okay, vacuum got. I don't know why I'm thinking about him approaching someone like this animal. He got Mars in Leo, egotism. Egotism. Oh, hi, Jexa. Thank you, Jessica. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, I laugh at this because I'm like, is this vacuum? I don't know why I imagine him like this. I don't know. And him feel full of pride. Him being this tiny animal, like somehow like trying to look all confident, and acting all cocky, all cocky, and him being like, here I go, here I go. He's so short, something like that. I don't know. Or he's shorter than the person in question. I don't know. Oh my. So, yeah, I don't know why I would picture him like this, going to work like this. Here I go, here I go. Oh my god. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, what sign is he in the Chinese zodiac? What sign is he in the Chinese zodiac? Because if this is the animal, I'm laughing. I'm like that. Yeah, he's. Oh my god. Baking will make you laugh. Yeah, this is why I cannot stop laughing, because I'm like, he would go, he would be like, hello. Like that movie, like Baby Girl. Are you lost, baby girl? Something like this. And making a weird accent, doing something like pulling something out of his like his imaginary stand-ups, comedy stand-ups. He would always have a line. He would have the perfect line for the perfect occasion. He would show his cocky self, and he would be like, "Hello, I'm the man of your dreams. I'm introducing myself. I'm your future husband. It's just that you don't know it yet." Something. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Like, I'm sorry, Baekhyun. I love you. I love you, but you're hilarious. I love you. I don't know why. Like, I got so tempted because I can see him like being funny like this. Being funny, but being really serious about it. About him like being like, yes, I'm talking to you. You're special. See, because I'm talking to you. Like you are the winner tonight. Like something like that. Like him being this. Oh my God, yeah, but very egotistic. Yeah, very like actually he would be like he would be the one that would be like, yes, I want to talk to her. Like him deciding that if he wants to talk to a girl, he would be like present himself. He probably is the guy very different to Suho. He wouldn't want other people around him. He would be like, get out of my way. Like let me. I have to go to talk to this female, or I have to go to talk to this woman that I'm interested in, and here I go. Also very, very straightforward. Like, get out of my way. If I'm interested in that person, I'm going to go and talk to her now. And she's going to love me, of course. I'm going to, so you better do not bet your money. Do not make any bets on Baekhyun about if he's able to pick up someone or he's able to, conquer someone, because he will, and you will owe him a lot of money. Because he's that confident, he's that confident. He's like, yeah, I would just go and say hello and she will be mine already. Something like this. And I think that the most annoying part is that he tells other people, like, watch me, here I go, I will go and talk to the person, watch me. You know? Oh my god. Oh my god, I feel embarrassed to say a guy like him. Yeah, because imagine introducing him to your family. Him be like, "Oh, hello, yes, yes, I'm EXO Baekhyun. Yes, I'm famous. I'm famous. Yes, I know. You're so privileged. But him actually being very funny. Because in his egotism self, like he knows he shines, so he's like, yes, here a bit of my presence because I always shine. Like, yeah, you have been blessed. So he's amazing. I love him. I love him. But I don't know why I got this beard, and I'm like, I see him like, be like, here I go, here I go, here I go. Oh my god! He has a huge ego, huge ego, huge ego. I don't know how tall he is, but he has a huge ego to compensate. He's cute. Yeah, it's like he's right. He's right. But I think that this is his ability. Like, from all the others that I read, this is the only one that actually is like very self-assured. He's like very, very confident. He's like, yeah. Oh my, oh my. Okay. Oh my god, he makes me laugh so much. Like, I cannot believe it. I almost like joke with my own saliva. Like, I cannot believe he does this. I cannot believe it. But yeah, it's oh my god. Wait. Why does it make that sound? Oh my god. It's hilarious. Eyes rolled. Side eye, side eye. Okay, lay. Another one. Another one. Enterprise. Jupiter in Aries. Enterprise. First house. The house of the self. So yes, Lay would be like, yes, hello, this is me. This is, here, take my card. This is me. I am this person, this artist from this company, from this town, from this country, from this world. He would make a sort of a very, like, I wouldn't say like a formal introduction, but he will definitely let you know about, his accomplishments, and he would be like, yes, like, you, like Troy McClure, was it, in The Simpsons? Troy McClure, was it? That it's like, oh yes, you may remember me from this and this and this in this project. Well, he would be like this, but very straightforward also. Like, very much in control. Like, he would go talk to you, like he would be like in your face, like very like looking at you in the eye, like, yeah. And talking about himself, like also like talking about what he's good at, and if he has money or if he has, some accomplishments, he's also going to let you know. So yeah, he's so serious. He's so serious. But not only serious, he's dominating as well, because this is an Aries placement. So this is Jupiter in Aries. So it's like Aries amplified for free. So it's huge, a huge persona, like in the sense like, hello, here I am, like, like I'm this person, I did this and this and this. always talking about himself, probably, not listening to the other part, more talking about himself and how great he is, but very honest. This is the good thing, when you see this hand is like, the person that is like that takes responsibility for what he says or for what he initiates. So this is something about him talking about his experience, about how he feels, about what he thinks about things. So if he goes and talk to you, for example, if we're talking about a girl, um, or a woman that he's interested in, he probably is very much sure that either you are the one or you are special or he's really interested in you. And so he will be very honest about it, but also like sort of like promoting himself, sort of like a job interview. So he would be like, I have this and this and this to offer you. I am this amazing person. And in enterprise, it sort of lets me know that probably, the woman that he talks to often it has to do with business and work. That I don't think this guy meets random girls. No, I think he often talks with the opposite sex, or he meets people of the opposite sex because of work, or because of some signing of contracts, or because of, I don't know, some work related things. But I see, with the Cars Enterprise, I see him like, while he's talking about his potential career path or career decisions, he's also like, talking to someone that he's interested in. But be sure that if he goes and talk to you, he's interested in you, definitely. Because I believe that probably for the rest, if he doesn't like you, he doesn't even see you. Like he just ignores you. Like you are not there. He doesn't even say hi. So, I'm sorry, but for me, only Dio and Kai would do it. Oh, there's a disaster. I won't be able to look into your eyes, Lay. Yeah, he has this very intense energy. Like, my God, like, stop it, Lay, with the intensity. Like, you, stop it. Like, yeah, like. But I guess that with the car of enterprise, definitely, I think that it also has to do with the way their social interactions look. These guys belong to a very competitive industry, so they have to put on this brave, kind of attitude sometimes. Like they have to assert a sort of dominance, because, and they also have to be very aware that they are not regular people. That yes, they're famous. So um, I'm going to pull one for Chen. We know Chen. I didn't want to pull cards for Chen, how he talks to women, because he's married. Like but we can pull ones to see how he's doing with his partner, with his wife. And to see what kind of partner he is as well. For Chen, Chen is very biased. Huh. Well, well. Chen got the card of Mars in Gemini decision. So I guess that, yeah, Gemini card, very Mercurial card, and also he's a Virgo guy, so it makes sense, But I think that if we think about how he began his relationship with his partner, yeah, that's the most important thing, that he's fertile, yeah. But I think that here with the card of decision definitely lets me know that Chen is very intelligent. Like I don't think I need to say this out loud, but I think that a lot of people know this. He's a very intelligent guy. And once he makes his mind about something, he's very sure about it. Even if it's like, you know, like getting married, I don't know, getting a divorce, So he's a guy that he plans everything ahead. Like he thinks about everything, very rationally, very from here. It's like he checks all his moves. Like he does a lot of self-awareness. He's like, okay, what led me to this situation? This and this and this. And how do you want to achieve this? How are you going to go there? Okay, I will do this and this and this. And I think that when it comes to him interacting, we could take the example of his wife, how he started talking to her, or how he talked to her for the first time. with the card of decision, definitely he had a lot of like imaginary scenarios and a lot of imaginary conversations in his head before actually going and talking to her. You know, I think that probably he knew about her, like he had conversations with her before about something. I don't know if they shared a hobby together. I don't know if they were friends. I don't know. But I think that they used to talk just like with other people involved. But then with Mars in Gemini, it's like he couldn't stop thinking about her and about what that meant. That he couldn't stop thinking about her. So I think that he knew she was the one, or he knew that he had to go and talk to her in a sort of romantic way or in a flirtatious way. But in his mind, he had to arrange the whole situation like in his imaginary. Because as the Virgo guy that he is, he's a bit paranoid when things are not well studied before. You know, he's a sort of a strategist. So he's like, you know, I want to have a sort of plan in my head of what could go wrong and what could go right. You know, I want to be well informed before going to her. Like, I don't want to look like a fool. You know, so definitely he's very strategic. And definitely he knew she was the one. He knew. I mean, I think that he knew that with all his potential partners, he always knew. This guy is no fool. Like he's very much aware and he's very much like conscious that what he decides is what he wants. You know, there's no, and he often opens communication to get to a decision. You know, here with this, I believe he's the only one that got a Gemini card. You know, here we were talking about this. The dynamic was this, about how would like EXO members talk to girls or women? How would they approach? You know, what would be their style? And actually, Jen is the only one that got a Gemini card. That is the card of communication. That is the energy of communication. You know, how you communicate. And I think that he really showed interest by communication. And also by showing that he is decided to start something with you. That's why he's talking to you. He's talking to you because he's interested. Otherwise, if he's not talking to you, it's because he doesn't care about you. He doesn't know you exist. You probably can initiate conversations with him, but if he's not into you, he will not talk to you. That's why, you know, when we see this sort of like, and I believe that also this is very heavy. This is not heavy, but I mean the word is, this is very intelligent from his part. That I think that since he got this card, I believe that he's also very selective about what I pay attention, what do I put my energy into. And when I think about communication, I'm thinking about his haters, or I'm thinking about the fans that probably, you know, had protested against him. So him, instead of, you know, paying attention to the haters, he's like, no, I'm going to block myself and I'm going to ignore the hate that is coming my way, and I'm going to place my attention, my love, and my time and energy with the people that are cheering for me, the people that came to see me, the people that came to greet me, the people that came for me. I'm going to be selective and I'm going to remember those people, not the ones that are, you know, being faithful. Yeah, only one of them using his brain and strategy. Yeah, maybe that's why he's the only one married. Because he's the smartest of them all. What a sexy quality to have. Yes, definitely. Yes, definitely. Definitely. But I love it, you know, because I think that I think that it's very interesting that, you know, because sometimes I look at Chen, because you know, that Chen is a Virgo sun, his moon is in Cancer, you know, and he's very quiet. You know, you see him like very professional, you know, he smiles now and then, he's great at singing, everything. But compared to the other ones that are just chaotic, he seems the most, like with Dio, like one of the most stable ones when it comes to him being very quiet. So him getting this Gemini placement, I'm like, oh, so the guy actually, when it comes to someone that he's interested in, he's very decisive. Like he plans very well, he thinks very well, like, you know, I love his intelligence. Others will end up super doing a reality show of themselves. Oh, no. Oh, my God. Okay, guys, it's been 2 hours. Super. Yeah, it's been 2 hours already. Like, I have to go. I'm going to go and drink something because I'm very, like, my throat hurts a bit. But Lioness this channel in EXO and was only one come who did not want to talk and share and was really nice at other members. Yeah, because I believe that probably he's very smart. You know, he's the kind of person that since he's so smart, he's like, I better do not say what I'm thinking. Don't say bye yet. Samara, I was going to say something. Like, I'm, you know, because the dynamic is not over yet, in the sense that I know there's people in the chat that were asking a question about about other groups. I don't know if they're still around, but this is your chance. If you have a question, something about you want to know about a specific group, leave it now, and I will pull a card, one card, to give you the answer. A very short one. But I don't know, I think they left. But just in case they are still, we will wait like 2 minutes, and if no one says anything, I will let them live. Oh, yeah, here, Somi. What do you want to know about Somi? There's something about her company, you said, right? Oh. 80s Songwa. Somi 80s Songwa. Okay, I will pull one card. Even only for Becky, was it still worth it? Thank you so much. Okay. Her company or her comeback. Okay, Somi. Okay, with Somi, we have Jupiter in Virgo, patience. So it means that you shouldn't jump to conclusions about her career yet. That you have to be patient. Probably things will take, you know, a few time. You will have to be patient with having more news about her, but you're going to get the comeback, and you're going to hear from her. She's going to resume her activities. Probably near the Virgo season, you know, because I'm sensing a lot of Virgo season, September, something like that. But yeah, be patient. Do not jump into conclusions about, you know, her career and how she's been treated. You know, do not make assumptions about that. You know, things take time, and there's a reason behind all that. I don't know what, but it definitely lets you know that the fans should be patient, that she will be back. Okay, someone. Oh. Not again, patience. What's going on? But this is something that I did say the other day. What's going on with the idols and getting this card of the Oracle all the time? Like, what's going on? They always have the card of patience. So I guess, yes, that Cape, I'm going to pull another one just to clarify it. But yeah, this one. Patience and inheritance. So is someone going to inherit something? But definitely, you know, there's something about the idols that the card of patience comes out. I believe every few readings that I do, they always get the cards of patience. And this deck, I believe it has 63 cards in it. And I always get the card of patience. So, if we are K-pop stans, we will have to embrace patience with these people because it's always here. It's always here. It's like, come on, guys, don't be desperate. Like, don't jump into conclusions. Wait, they will be back. You will be hearing from them. Don't exaggerate. Like, just stay. Okay. For someone is patience, yes, that you should wait because I believe that he has something to show you guys. He has something that he's creating. But yeah, like with the kind of inheritance, it seems that he's going to be the heir of something. And I think that in this case, it seems like he's going to land a sort of role or an activity that it belonged to, for so many times, it belonged to someone else. Either it's an MC or it's to be, I don't know, participate in a show or participate in a project. Like he's waiting, he's also like working his patience because he probably wants a confirmation on this project. He's like, you know, like, will I get it or not? He's also very impatient. But there's something here about the faith is changing. There are some things that are dying, there are some things that are ending, some things that are coming to an end, and a new era starts. And in this era, he's going to heritate a possibility that probably is to participate in something that it has a long history or tradition before. I don't know if the people that participated on it or the people that work in it, they were very very good in their field, but there's something about him, winning this opportunity. But he's not saying much, he's not expressing much because he still doesn't have the confirmation. And it's very positive that he's going to get it. He's going to get this opportunity, and it's very important for him. But since it's not easy for this to happen to just a random person, they are very mindful about who they choose, and they're probably evaluating other people as well. But this will be his. This is a role that will be his. Is destined to be for him. But yeah, it's about someone that had been in that place or actually fulfilling that role for a lot of time, for a lot of years. And he's going to inherit that place. It's like they're going to give it to him. So yeah. I think that it's not about, a brand deal. It's not about a brand. I believe it's more about work, about a routine, a routinary, like you mentioned, for example, a radio show or, or a TV, like, a sort of like somewhere in a platform. That he has to maybe attend once a week, twice a week, but he's like one of the faces. But it seems like he has a lot of prestige. It's very old. It's like a sort of like, I don't know if it's a radio show, maybe it has a long time that has been in the air. There's something about that, about longevity and about tradition. It's like, okay, this is like a serious matter. This is not something that we just hand to anyone. They actually just want someone very responsible and someone very committed and serious about it. And also because it's a Scorpio placement, it talks about that they want him to also be like silent about it, just because, they need him to be, until it's decided, they want him to remain. And also probably, part of his role it has to do with him, if he knows something about this business or this place, it's like he has to be very mysterious and very committed to not say anything, to not, spoil things about the show or the program. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting. Oh, hello, Katie. Thank you so much. You're back. Thank you so much, Katie. Katie always comes, is around the channel. Like, I'm so happy to see you. So thank you so much, Katie. You're always so generous. Yeah, we were we were laughing a bit with this dynamic that I did for EXO. So I hope that you enjoyed it because I definitely laughed so much. It was hilarious. So yeah, I appreciate. We had fun today. So yeah, it's true. With all the news, and sometimes there's a lot of speculation about idols and their careers and the companies. And yes, sometimes we do need more reasons to laugh a bit more, and to entertain ourselves among this chaos, So yes, let's use K-pop to, to make us happy, to make us smile, and not to worry in excess. So yes, guys, enjoy your weekend. Thank you so much for being here, and I see you in my videos during the week. Thank you.